I'm not, am I?
I'm done messed.
Okay. Well, regardless, we'll get on in. There we go. Trules is in the mix here. Larry Banks, Baby Bay, 3 for 1. The exchange and Faze Clan all over the B site quickly.
What do you know? Baby Bay moved fast with a jet into a site. Color?
No one's surprised. Retake now on the way. Reality. Trying to isolate. Has the player in the corner. Just not pulling the trigger fully. Finally gets the headshot. He gets straight into Pauly. Last one. Oh, actually able to delete the turret at range, which is decent news. 1v2. Gravity Well comes out. Nobody peeking for now. Just pulling from the diffuse
round if they're on equal footing, if there's a big gap. And yeah, there's obviously one in this round.
And I do encourage all of you audience members out there to really pay more attention to what utility is purchased round after round. Okay, well, maybe I need to silence myself here because it doesn't seem to matter when there's a Marshal in the hands. 2 opening kills, no problem. No armor was really purchased at full, so high value with the Sniper Rifle Junior. Oh boy, Baby Bay 3. And now it's just down to Reality and J13.
Yeah, the reality is
One enemy remaining.
done and dusted. Well, I think there was like some internet issues. He came in and played like 1 map. And then he played briefly with the Guard in November of last year. Just a couple of games. And now, you know, back with FaZe, and this is a long-term venture for him now. So we're going to see, yet again, Baby Bay putting the spike down and B real quick.
New FaZe Clan roster, same FaZe Clan mentality, apparently.
Yeet. Send it.
Yeah, hardcore YOLOs. You do have not Reality this time. Around the back defensively for Carpe Noctem, so maybe a chance to contest, although the blades are up for Baby Bay. And Larry Banks, Bucky is in prime position here. Although Trules is getting a bit of a diffuse off, cut short from getting it halfway. And for Pauly and co, it's now a 2v4.
Lit Sky. So not too many reps there. Meanwhile, like I said, Fly has played a bit of everything, so he's not feeling too out of place with the Sova. As we get into another kind of save round here for Carpe Noctem, we already see FaZe taking some room at A as well as towards Garage. Trules' aggression has been found out at C, thanks to the alarm bot.
And interestingly enough, FaZe Clan are not using that as a, okay, they're pushing C long, let's just go to A. No, they're going to cut this retreat back out.
Exactly.
I love that call from FaZe Clan. They get rewarded with the kill, and now all of a sudden you've got a 5v4, and the spike says, okay, with that kill, now we try to set up for a hit.
Nice shot there from J13, though. Going to take off the face of Shot Up on some Asher v Asher action. In the meantime, Flyer responds by droning out A, opening access for the spike to make its way in. Smoke up top. Dicey catches Reality with his pants down a bit there in the turnpike. Shock Dart comes in, but it will not disrupt the plant fully. Flyer gets away.
Jay's down to essentially a sneeze worth of health, so retake-wise, you're mostly looking at Trules. I was going to say, and Pauly. Trules will fall before getting into the site itself. Baby Bay kind of gatekeeping right through the connector. Shots come out. That calls for Baby Bay to make the peek happen. Nice pre-fire coming out, and now it's down to Pauly. Flashed. Oh, okay. One tap through the flash, still pan.
That character.
As Carpe Noctem team is just trying to work their way through the Nursery Winter Championships, it seems like lately.
Yeah. And again, I think that might be Trules, who, if so, big Counter-Strike veteran, and I know Pauly also there. So again, kind of cool to see those names as a person who's been involved in CS for many years. As we are going to see A control being taken here by FaZe up long a little bit. Chamber set up with the op inside sewer, it's going to be Reality, but Trailblazer's about to push him off.
Yeah, the rendezvous will also be forced as well. So Reality is going to completely give away sewer, although for the most part, FaZe Clan are going to pay respect to the op and maybe try to follow up off of Shot Up's position. Seekers will come through. That's going to be largely spent. 2 of the Seekers will actually go through mid to B. 1 more to clear Garage, and that will be enough for FaZe Clan to start flooding forward. And as they do, Jay cannot hold up. So now Pauly trying to respond with the Hunter's Fury. A little bit of damage, but no eliminations to immediately contest. So Fly will use this as a chance to plant. And for the retake, it's just down to, do you want to try to retake Garage here, or do you full funnel from your spawn side getting into C?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Larry Banks has a great angle here about in the game, but he's a fan of that, and his team's a fan of that, and FaZe fans are a fan of that.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I just want to see good Valorant.
Yeah. It's just, you know, I didn't bring this up in the pregame, but, you know, like we mentioned, like, you look at Dicey, Baby Shot Up, those are 3 players that have established themselves as duelists in the past as we get first blood right through mid-map. But I think the question is, if you're going to trust your Sova and your Sentinel to come up to 2 players who have not played, you know, at a top level of North American Valorant before, there is a lot of trust that comes with that. And you know, hey, Larry's earning the respect with this start he's had so far.
Yeah, the other good thing about having, like, former duelists in those roles is you know they're complete no-names out of nowhere. But like you said, I mean, that they weren't a big staple in VCT with TLC and such.
Nice first blood again. Baby just holding W. Help now arriving. Flash just to make sure no one's lingering through the A-long halls. And that will be enough for the spike to make its way on and likely planted. Larry's still lurking, by the way. This is a 1v question mark situation for him. Nice shot mark, though, defensively to come through as Pauly actually will chip away some damage. But still, for Faze, you get the plant, and now you get your setup.
Yes, you do. J13 and try to drop the Cosmic Divide to try to cut off Sewers and Long to give them some chances, but not Reality, unable to land the mark there. Baby stays in now Sanctuary under Heaven. Not Reality tries to drop down, and Baby says, nah, I won't be having any of that. And that pretty much puts this one to an end with the lockdown in play.
You gotta save here if you want to have a chance, I think, if you're Carpe, so they're back away. Man. It's just, you know, I don't mean to come across as like a second guesser, but, you know, initially when this roster was announced the other day,
something needs to give here for Carpe Noctem. Looks like they're going to try to get aggressive at Garage and Long C, try to throw a wrench in Faze's plan early with the push, but Dicey with the double. It's the better end of that exchange. Now we're going to have to see Carpe Noctem scramble a bit here.
I don't love the call. You're down 07. You've only had, what, 2 full buy rounds so far? And your call is to try to aggressively take through C long. I get you're trying to stop some of this pressure from Faze Clan, maybe slow them down a touch, but I don't know. I just feel like at a certain point, you just got to let these weapons have a chance to fire back. Yeah. We'll get our 3v3 as there were some trades over the middle of the map, but still, there's nobody here at A, so Spike will be planted, no problem.
Yeah, Seekers use to kind of confirm free access to A site, so Spike will indeed go down. Retake now on Carpe Noctem. No ults available. Just have to go on with the weapons and basic utility. They have the Astra Stars being put into play. Good Trailblazer, though, there from Dicey. Oh, my goodness.
Well, 4 for Dicey in the round pretty much guarantees it, unless Pauly's got something up our sleeves, which would mean you got to get through both of those Nano Swarms. You also have Fly, who's got a Hunter's Fury, just in case he needs to play clutch up position from Long A. One more Nano Swarm.
Carpe knocked them essentially just 4 Sheriffs. They do have the 1 ult from Tools. But, I mean, okay. It's just, FaZe is winning these exchanges 2 for 1 so early, almost every round.
It's in the first 5 seconds of the round.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like...
you don't get a chance to settle into anything.
Yeah. And, you know, here... It's one of those things for Carpe Noctem, you know, I do kind of selflessly kind of root for them and try to like get some utility going, be able to counter this by slowing down just with what abilities you have. You've got a good composition to potentially slow some of this up. It's just every time they're taking these aggressive angles, they're not coming away even 1 for 1.
I mean, I respect wanting to be dynamic and wanting to be proactive, especially on a map like Haven where with the 3 slides, with how large it is, with how long rotates can be, you kind of have to try to, you know, the name of the game used to be just like fight for A lobby control. That was like the big one, but we've seen teams try to vary it up a little bit, and Pauly's trying to still salvage this round into 1 versus 2, but with just a Sheriff and already some HP team shaved away, they have great positioning here at the high-low stack. Eyes on them, but I think if you coordinate effectively, you can play retake if need be, especially on that A site. You can do with Astra's utility and such to make that happen.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yes.
You've got the silence from Trules, the Empress for Hoppin, and of course the Hunter's Fury from Pauly, which he carried through last round. On the opposite side, Blades, Cosmic Divide, and a Hunter's Fury for Faze. And how about this? A bit more respect given through this middle map. This poking, prodding, and that's actually a pretty even exchange and a very aggressive game of tag between Larry and Trules.
Yeah, Reality's trying to hold this angle with the operator. Hasn't been pushed back just yet. He's playing back a little bit here. Force the rendezvous out of him with that Gravwell. Though they push the op back into a site. Meanwhile, Dicey's taking a little bit of mid control here. He's creating some presence. They still have Shot Up as well, holding tabs over at Long C. So all Faze's options are still very much open, as we're going to see Reality maybe get a little too forward here. That Trailblazer's going to give him away. He'll get chased down by Baby Bay, and that's a great combo.
30 seconds left.
Man, that's a tough call for Reality. I get you're trying to get the first elimination, but with no rendezvous down, there is no exit. Hunter's Fury comes out now almost desperately. Tags Baby Bay, but does not finish the elimination, as the Cosmic Divide will give full freedom here for Faze to work on in. But with the shock darts coming out, plus the flash, now you've actually got a quick contest. Carpe knocked him. They're trying to deny the spike from being planted in the first place. 7 seconds left on the clock. Baby Bay down low. 2v2, and now Shut Up comes out. You got to...
Devastating if your Carpe knocked him.
With the clock fading away, by the way. Like,
yes, you could have won off time at that point if you just kind of held back a
Absolutely.
little bit. So
Yep.
that's tough.
10-0 into round 11. Aggression coming up, but Baby Bay doesn't actually get into the Cloudburst. Fly there for a response, using the Hunter's Fury to secure one elimination, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Another round that in the opening is starting to pan out pretty darn nicely for Carpe Noctem. That said, though, Faze are not done with this site, as Larry still holds towards Garage, and the spike at for a time was thinking about still committing, but Jay will make sure that that's not the case, and now we go to a 4v2.
Yeah, Hoppin and Co. kind of shutting this thing down. And it is just those two remaining members at Long C. But Spike in their possession, sure, but they're just going to have to kind of brute force their way through at this point. They still have time to fall back if they so
Enemy
choose,
remaining.
but may not get the chance with that one.
That works.
Absolutely.
Teleport's ready.
I've got your
And once again, see a little bit of a scramble here. We're towards A main, dueling utility out there, but Baby Bay comes out on top, catching Reality before he can pop the rendezvous. Seekers will now go out as well here, forcing Pauly out there. Trying to run him down is going to be Larry Banks and Co., but he does escape. Not all the way. Banks catches him from sewers, and now they have to retake 3 versus 5.
It's like one of the Seekers was still chasing down Hoppin on the Reyna through mid-map. There was never an exit for Truly, because you know exactly where the reinforcements are coming from, and it's just a free site, and you kind of wonder about Pauly just staying there for as long as he did. Now I just don't know what. I don't have any merchandise to sell.
Revealing area.
This new Faze Clan roster looks good. How about that? Sell you on that?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, bet. Okay. Well, now it's going to be Carpe's turn to get onto the offense. Baby Bay is actually a bit pinned backside A, and Dicey's here to say, I recognize that. Well, that's fair. And actually, how about this? Faze Clan are going to be allowed to stay here, as Carpe Noctem still don't know where they want to go. They're still kind of meandering near spawn.
Indeed, they are. They're maybe looking to get a little bit of garage control, at least put some pressure on it. Of course, the Headhunter is out for Reality. Very powerful ability to have in a pistol round situation. Icy and Co. combine for some damage, but not a frag. Trules will be the one doing that. Shot out, though, on the opposing side of the map. Able to get a pick over in that garage hallway. So that'll kind of disturb things a bit for Carpe Noctem as they now gather up for what looks like a play towards B with that alarm bot. Will allow them to realize that Pauly is looking to make this play. But maybe a bit of a feint. Not a full commitment here. They're going garage.
As if Pauly tries to commit through this, the timing could be good for Isolated 1v1. He gets it versus Sova counterpart, but the shots do not land largely for either of the Sova players. Jules, though, in the same moment, is able to sneak on into C with some support, and that will allow the spike to be planted. The big question here is our ops team very accurately moves over to Dicey's POV. He could foil this post-plant setup, but the kill doesn't come through. And now Carpe Noctem are aware of the threat. It's just down to, can the shots with these pistols come through? A little bit of body blocking here from Fly, but the problem is now both players are stuck into the gravity well. Headhunter out for Reality. Not quite finding any connections. Hold on a second. Faze are actually pushing. That's why I love this UI, because the reasoning is Pauly wants to get full investment of his utility. He buys everything. So, you know, I really do encourage the audience members out there to kind of make sure we're always telling what utility we're bringing to the battlefield with this new UI. It's a very easy look at it. And oh boy, Aldrone, Faze with a Bucky. Looking to use that nicely. Shock Dart. Oh, you thought for a second it may chip some damage. The second one will land a little bit closer, but Trules, no! Not like that!
Spike planted.
That's tough.
You know Trolls backwards is slurp. I don't know what that means, but out here giving you facts.
You know what? I didn't think about it, but my mind in the smallest way has been blown by that. So thank you.
Well, oh my. Well, you know, having some fun.